everybody seated in the stands. If you're visiting and you're supporting Kickoff football, we ask you to please sit on the south side of the field and stay to one side from the news stand.
Hello and welcome to tonight's matchup at Fisher Field in Newton, Kansas between the 8-6-2 Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders facing off against the 10-5-1 Newton High School Railers. I'm Andrew Guyer, and tonight I'm joined by my co-host
Heidi Bartle.
And tonight the Crusaders go into enemy territory in the first round of the West Regional. Now, Heidi, this KMC team, they have faced adversity throughout the season. They've faced some success. Can you run me through that?
Yeah, they had a couple great games against McPherson. They had 2-0 win. They've had a couple of challenging games as well. Do you have any of those?
Yeah, so some big games for KMC this season. Newton High School, they came in here earlier, beat them 1-0. That's really a telling sign of what we're going to see tonight. These two teams have faced off in the season, and I know you play soccer. Does that kind of give you a good glimpse of what a team is, or do they change things up going into the postseason?
A lot of times from the score, you can't tell much unless it's a huge difference, like 3-0 or bigger. But 1-0 shows that it's going to be a really close game.
Yeah, in this record, these two teams matched up very well. And Heidi, as these two teams were being announced, you can really tell the size difference between the two. I mean, obviously KMC having Spencer Zacco out there, standing over 6'4". I mean, both these teams have their tall guys, Abram Wall for Newton, but KMC definitely looking bigger tonight. I don't know if that plays into speed or if that plays into ball handling or what.
Yeah, and I mean, even besides the tactical advantages you're going to get from being tall, it's also a real mental hurdle for the other team in the beginning of the game, just kind of looking over in a huddle, seeing that the other team looks bigger, maybe faster, stronger. It can really play a toll in the first 10 minutes of a game. So we'll see how well they both do. It looks like it's going to be Capon kickoff for the first half.
And KMC obviously trying to get those first points on the board and come out firing, come out aggressive, strong defensively, and turning those defensive possessions into strong offensive ones.
Right. From the start of it, looks like Cape and Mount Carmel is going to be playing a 4-3-3, maybe. And Newton seems in a similar position, but we'll see later on what it shakes out to be.
And Zacco to start for Capon. Ruiz handling it. KMC starting out aggressively, getting it over the middle, and finding an open man in the center. That's Scognamillo blocked. And Newton will send it the other way.
Capon throw in. It's going to be taken by Tucker Gray.
And Gray, a strong junior leader for this team. Definitely a bright future for KMC.
It's a beautiful throw right into the 18.
And just like we said, an early goal for the Crusaders. That one coming from Boston Perliman, the sophomore. And
it'll
KMC.
be an assist from Will Foljam, number 15, as a right back, the 2 position.
KMC striking early, 39-22 left in the first.
Yep. Newton kickoff now. We'll see if they can keep possession for a couple passes. That's always the goal.
And KMC kind of solidifying themselves in this game. Coming out early, not something that Newton has faced much in their games. Very low scoring, and they haven't. Abram Wall hasn't given up many goals this entire season. One of their hardest matchups against Andover Central, only giving up 1 goal to that very strong offense.
It's a great flick by Newton. Their Newton the 7 position, number 10.
And that's Mercado for Newton. And KMC fighting for possession. Ruiz back and forth to Scognamillo. And these guys just trying to keep it in bounds. Wall with the save.
We'll see if they'll go short or long here. Will they keep possession or risk it?
And Wall has the power to boot that one down the field. And facing some trouble, that's Capon and their Newton offense.
Can Newton get an opportunity here? They will with a corner. We'll see how they can defend. The Crusaders can defend.
And Heidi, already we're seeing Enrique Mercado for Newton getting down the field quick. He has that speed to compete with anyone on this team. And Mercado for the corner kick. And nice safe block, that one coming from Scognamillo. And Newton will reset. Scognamillo versus Mercado. And the 2 battling it out. Finally dishing it off.
It's going to be Capon goal kick. We'll see if they go short or go long as well.
And in goal tonight is Easton Ryder, the junior goalkeeper for the Crusaders. Another bright position for KMC. Scognamillo fielding that one near the 50. And Toribio Triana handling it for the Railers, excuse me. Scognamillo has seen himself all over that ball tonight. He's able to get his footprint on that one easily.
It's going to be Capon, free kick at the 40. Foul number 25, Spencer Zacco. Capon's going to play it safe.
And these two teams still battling it out, trying to get downfield. And Ruiz handling it near mid. Constant passing from KMC, trying to set up a offensive possession. Schaefer across the field. And Zacco.
Touch just takes him too far, straight into the Newton defender. Ref's going to get in the way. It'll be a drop ball to number 9, Victor Galvin.
And Newton will take it the other way. And you'll see what this offense can do. Cole Ebert getting it to Turbia Triana. And Job
Great turn.
Ince.
Beautiful through ball. It was great defense by Capon. You see Will Foldrum shielding the ball as Easton comes out calling for it.
And Ryder finding his just surveying the field, trying to find his teammates. And a sky kick. Zacco getting a foot on that one. And Ince with the head. Ruiz battling for that one, eventually out of bounds.
Capon throw. Capon's last opportunity came from a throw, so we'll see if they get another one, although they're behind the 50.
And Schaefer to Scognamillo. Ruiz
It's a
dishing
great
it
switch.
off to Zacco. And Ebert with the ball downfield to Ince. Ince double teamed and onto the right side, making some moves and tries to recenter. And finally, Ryder with the stop.
Yeah, that was a great cross by Newton. If only they had a run right into the 18, it would have been beautiful. They would have had a better shot on goal, but even though they weren't there, they still got to the end of it and had a great opportunity.
And Ryder booting that one to midfield. And Scognamillo fielding it, trying to find two men downfield. That's Zacco, and he's tripped up, looking for a call. And back-to-back heads. Scognamillo off his chest, downfield to Marcato. And Ruiz handling it. And off the foot of a Railer. And the Railers will take it the other way. Barely saving that is Newton, keeping a possession alive. And Gray will take it the other way for KMC. Tipping it off to his captain, Scognamillo. A boot downfield intended for Zacco. Zacco 2-on-1.
That's going to be a yellow card. Should be.
Zacco tripped up at the end. A 2-on-1 possession. Him alone with those defenders. And Heidi, I know you were looking for that call.
Yeah. I guess the ref saw something else. We'll see if they can make a decision. He's going to talk to his assistant referee. So one thing you notice when Roman Scognamillo has the ball, he's a very aggressive player. He always goes at the player. Something is really good to find when you're looking for a player for college is an aggressive player, not only an aggressive one, but one that can keep the ball and fight for it. And every time he has the ball, just watch for that, and you'll kind of see how he changes his angle straight at the player and makes the player start leaning one way, and he'll just run around the next.
So he's a very shifty offensive player.
Yes.
Able to maneuver his body almost.
It's going to be a shot by Spencer Zacco.
Zacco a bit high on that free kick.
It'll be a goal kick for Newton.
And Wall certainly has the leg power to send it to midfield. And he will dish that one off to Ebert.
It's a good tactical play for Newton to keep the ball right now. They're sitting at 0-1. What they really need to do here is get possession and keep possession, kind of run Capon around a bit to see if they can get him out of breath for a second and then get an opportunity.
And Gray looking downfield, trying to catch the defender off guard, getting that one to Lacey. Lacey shifty with the ball. And the dish to no one.
It'll be an early flag, but we'll keep playing.
Wall with the big boot. Schaefer fielding that one. And Malachi Schaefer will have the throw-in. Getting it downfield to his captain, Scognamillo. And fighting for that one
is Franklin Wynn.
Ruiz with the head. And KMC trying to set up another offensive possession. Ruiz keeping it in KMC hands.
It was a great challenge by Newton. They'll seem to keep it. We'll see how much they can work around. They had numbers for a second.
Scognamillo racing.
That's what I'm talking about right there, the offensive mindset.
Always just trying to get that next point on the board, almost. And Ruiz. KMC having a bit of trouble from this Railer defense. What do you notice, Heidi?
I can see that every time we try to play a through ball or a ball to our feet, they kind of just step in front every once in a while and get us. Capon really needs to step to the ball. Looks like it's going to be an injury.
And quick question for those at home. What exactly is a through ball?
Just whenever you pass the ball between two players on the other team, because you go through the players. That's a through ball.
And we hope that he is all right. That looks to be
Rafa Solorio Rojas seems to be injured. The trainer's on the field. Looks to me like he's going to come off, but the other players on the field are going to take a quick water. It's a good advantage use of the stoppage of time.
And Heidi, a nice fall sunset for us here in Newton.
Yes, very pink, pretty.
Kansas always blessing us with some nice ones.
Some nice looks. Even this morning I woke up and drove to school and it was just a blessing.
Pretty windy night here as well. I assume that plays in to how this game is being played by these two teams.
Yeah. Newton seemed to take the win of the toss for the captains, meaning they decided to play defense first. The win's going to go against them. We'll see if Capon can get a lead early in the first half and keep it, because when they switch halves, the Railers will have the ball and the wind.
And Lacey putting all the pressure on the Railers. Newton seems to be able to find their footing here, delivering some crisp passes. And stolen by Ruiz, trying to get it downfield. And Scogdamillo will deliver the pass back to Ruiz, eventually ending up out of bounds.
It's a great throw by Newton, but Capen's going to come out with it.
And Mercado taking it alone, dishing it off to a teammate, and KMC will thwart that offensive possession.
Yeah, the Newton Railers had a great combination there with a 1-2. They almost had an opportunity to shoot, but they didn't quite get the final piece. Seems like he's going to be on sides. That was a close call. It was a great run, perfectly timed. You know, a little too. If he would have been a little earlier, he might not have gotten to the end of the ball. If he was a little late, he might have been called offside. So it was really good by the Newton offense.
And Scogdamillo racing down the field, trying to set up an attempt for either Zacco or Prilliman. And that one kicked outside the fence. And Mercado once again, he's seen the ball plenty of times tonight. Trying to tie this one up, putting the pressure on this KMC defense. And that one will be booted away. John Maggard.
It was a great touch by John. You know, really just chested the ball away from the goal. That's all you want. You couldn't ask for more. And he still stayed with it and continued to clear the ball out and up.
And Schaefer getting it back to Maggard. Downfield, well out of bounds. Ebert to throw in. Ince fielding it, saving it. Scogdamillo showing off his precise handling skills. And Zacco's pass is no good.
It's going to be offsides.
How do you think after that first offensive possession for KMC, the Railers kind of found their own and they're adapting to this KMC offense?
Yeah, they must not have been ready at the very start of the game. And so Capen had a great opportunity in the beginning and they capitalized on it, but it seems like they've really found their touch a little bit more after a couple minutes. And sometimes all it takes for a team to wake up is a goal, and it's unfortunate, but sometimes you're just going to get scored on, and that's what's going to push you to want to score. This is a great volley shot, but it hit the field goal post, so it's going to be a goal kick.
Fernandez trying to tie this one up. 25-15 left in the first half.
Looks like they're going to go long. Really want to see your players fronting the other team, but when you have a player like Spencer Zacco, it's not that big of a deal because you have someone who's 6'4" who towers over everyone.
And Malachi Schaefer will get the throw in down the field to Roman Scogdamillo. And Prilliman handling it. Passing it back. KMC
It's
finding
a great
each other.
possession. Have had a 9 pass streak right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And Gray unable to find Lacey. Wow, Ruiz just stealing the ball from him. Ince hit the turf. And Skogdamillo keeping it in KMC possession. That win definitely affecting each of these passes. And Prilliman trying to find Zacco. Zacco. No. That one hitting the goalpost once again.
Yep. Seems like we're going to see a lot of that tonight, especially because the wind will catch it and kind of bring it up and move it around.
KMC 3 shots on goal tonight. Newton 1. That one coming from Fernandez minutes earlier.
It's going to be a 50-50 ball. We'll see if Capen can keep it. They cannot.
And the boot from Schaefer trying to find Prilman. And Skogdamillo done a great job of keeping that one in KMC possession. And this KMC team not getting too overextended on their defense. They're able to keep it where they need it to be and keep Newton on the defensive. And Ebert's pass is blocked handily by Prilliman. Prilliman in the corner. Nothing. And as you could tell, folks, we are sorry for the obstruction of the left corner of the Newton goal. Fisher Field is nice, but there are some difficult angles for the shots. And Abram getting a hand on that one. That will be a KMC corner kick.
Yes, but on the other side. So, looks like we're going to have a righty taking the corner, which means it's going to kind of curve away from the goal, unless he decides to take it with his left, which is a huge advantage to Capen, because if you have a left corner taker and a right corner taker, you can really curl that ball into the goal, giving you an amazing opportunity. Couldn't quite tell what happened there in the box with Spencer Zacco. Seems like he got hit, but couldn't see any contact.
And Newton hustling down the field after that KMC foiled offensive possession. Gray will keep it in front of him, and Lacey will set up the next offensive possession. Zacco surveying the field, trying to make a move on his defender.
It's going to be a foul on Spencer Zacco, number 25, a KMC senior captain. It'll be Newton. Free kick. Spencer coming off as well due to an injury.
And Enrique Mercado will
step in for him. It's going to be Newton sub as well. Number 9, Victor Galvin coming in for Alex Triana.
And Mercado, a deep kick down the field.
Slightly right, making it difficult to keep in. It'll be Capen throw-in.
And Schaefer to Lacey. Ince putting the pressure on Lacey, as he's done all night.
A good quick free kick. Something good to see. Speed up the game. When you're at 1-0, you kind of want to keep the game rolling, especially if you have the win. You want to take advantage while you have it. They only have 20 more minutes left with it, so they're really trying to make Newton run for it and want to come back and win. Another sub, number 5, Leighton Cook coming in.
And Ruiz will field the pass. That one off the foot of a railer. Malachi Schaefer for the throw-in. Perlman, Skogdemil racing that ball and stopping on a dime. A pass. Gray.
Looking to get the ball anywhere near the goal. Just a touch can help sometimes if you can get that ball across the face of the goal. Can't seem to get it. It was blocked by Railer.
And Mercado having trouble setting up the offensive possession, making some moves on some Crusaders. And the pass, no good. KMC will take it the other way. And all alone, that's Perlman.
He's going to be offsides. Yeah, just about 5 yards offsides. Kind of kept him from being on was that he didn't quite come back all the way when they were on defense. A lot of the times that's what you'll find rather than running too early. The Railers really trying to give them a chance at a shot on goal with these long kicks.
And Perlman will get the free throw in for KMC, excuse me. And Ruiz off his head.
Two right there, two Capon challenges for the ball. It's going to be a great clear by Capon defense. This is how Capon scored their goal. Number 22, Kenny Powell coming in for number 7, Nico Fernandez for the Railers.
And Fernandez has had some excellent shots on goal earlier in this game. And KMC trying to keep it the other way. The shot, no good. That one coming from Enrique Mercado.
It'll be Capon goal kick. Spencer Zacco coming back in after getting looked at.
And the boot from Ryder.
So it seems to me like the Newton Railers are really playing some sort of 4-4-2, which gives them an extra player in the midfield against Capon's 4-3-3.
And Ruiz putting the pressure on defense. And Newton delivering some excellent passes.
It's a beautiful run and ball. Just couldn't quite get to the end of it. John Maggard decided he wanted to get possession. Another field goal post.
And that shot on goal came from Gianni Toribio Triana. Try saying that name 5 times fast, Heidi.
Right. Number 5, Alejandro Ruiz, senior captain, coming out. Number 6, Sergio Hernandez coming in.
And Easton Ryder for the goalie kick. And Newton will send it the other way.
It was a great turn by Victor Galvin. Can they keep it? The Newton Railers seem to have trouble finding their width, getting up to the corner to get across, and seems like every time they go to that corner they find a good opportunity to score the ball.
Malachi Schaefer for the throw-in. Surveying the field for an offensive player open. Handling that one. KMC Zacco, a 3-on-1.
Railers sub number 11, Job Entz and number 8, Alex Triana, coming in the midfield.
Both those players have had their fair share of touches tonight. 2 key players for the Railers. And Gray off his head. Newton will set up another possession with the free kick. And the boot downfield.
It's a great opportunity by Newton. If only they could have got one touch on it. Sometimes you just need one touch to get it in the goal. And that's all they're lacking is the final piece of the game. It always just comes down to who puts the ball in the net more.
And Easton Ryder will send this one out for KMC. The boot from Triana. And Ince to Triana. And Zacco fielding it, trying not to trip over his own feet. And Lacey out of bounds.
Railer sub number 23, Cole Ebert, coming in as well for the midfield. Coming out, number 5, Leighton Cook.
And Wall delivering one deep down the field. Triana and Maggard will send that one to Lacey. Lacey having trouble getting a hold of it and taking it alone, dishing it off to Gray. And Gray sends his pass to a Railer. Ebert dishing that one off to Triana.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Sometimes you just need to take one touch down the field, go down that line, because once you hit it into the cross, you're either going to get a corner or you're going to get a cross. Both of them equally good, but the Railers can't seem to get down there.
And Scognamillo trying to take that one out of Ince's possession.
Bit of a miscommunication by the Newton Railers. It's a good ball back win, though.
And Mercado making some moves, trying to get a shot on goal.
It's going to be a slide by John Maggard. It was beautiful. Really saved them from getting across.
And the Crusaders will keep that one out of their territory. Hernandez with the nice boot away. Torres with the throw-in, and John Maggard of KMC will send that the other way. Zacco to Lacey, the 2 senior captains. Lacey moving quickly down the field, covered by Ince. And Lacey trying to make a move on him. Ebert missing the slide tackle for the ball. And Newton will set up another offensive possession. Under 10:50 left in the half.
Beautifully done by Capon defense, Will Fulgham, to shield the ball out of bounds. He got in front of the attacker, just like you want any of your players to do, and instead of touching the ball facing the goal, he just kind of shielded the ball out of bounds so they can keep possession. And
Gray's throw-in will be sent the other way. Newton trying to set up anything, trying to get some points on the board for half. And KMC making some moves.
Trey Lacey's going to be open on the other side, but they can't seem to find him.
That was
Time
Max
stoppage.
Maldonado keeping it out of Railer possession.
going to be Cape and injury. Number 15, Will Foljum, playing center back. And the number 4. There really hasn't been too many successful opportunities by Cape and Mount Carmel. No more goals we can see. You know, they kind of just came out really hot in the beginning. It really set them up. Without that one goal, still be tied 0-0. But right now it's really dangerous because there's only 10 minutes left in the game, and with a score of 1-0, even 2-0, which is the most dangerous score in soccer, it's really scary for the Cape and Crusaders, because when they switch sides, they will lose the advantage of the wind.
And well, I guess we'll really see how much of an advantage that wind is.
Yeah.
Do you think that has the ability to turn the tides of a game?
In this game, yes, because we've seen, not only have we seen offensive plays for the Cape and Crusaders, we've seen a lot of opportunities as well from the Railers, and possibly with just a little help from the wind, they might be able to put one in the next half.
And still KMC talking things over on the sideline. Don't know exactly what is going on.
No subs made. We're going to resume with a throw-in, I believe.
And tonight, as we were talking about the wind, 30 miles per hour it's blowing. So these two teams definitely had to play into that wind preparing for this game. Consider that as a variable. And Skogdamilla will start off this
with
break.
The drop ball.
Or start off. Excuse me, I don't know what. Yeah. And Schaefer to Lacey. Lacey
Getting pushed in the back. The ref's going to call it. So far, he's called a very tic-tacky game, which sometimes can help. Some players like it more, but oftentimes when you're talking with guys, they kind of want to play through more. They're a bit more physical, a bit more aggressive, but this ref doesn't really want too much contact. That way he keeps it safe.
And when you play, do you prefer more of a ticky-tack game, or do you want to play through it?
Sometimes it really depends on the player. Me personally, I don't tend to foul, so I like when they call it a tic-tacky game because they tend to hit me more, so we'll get more fouls. But a lot of players on my teams are a lot more physical, so when it gets tic-tacky, we get a lot more fouls called on us. Capen doesn't seem to be fouling too much tonight. Seems to be more on the Railers, but there's been a few.
And Ryder will get it the other way for KMC. The deep boot downfield. Downfielded by Prilliman. And sent out of bounds by a Railer.
It was a great ball win. That's really what you want from the defense. You just want the ball to go away from the goal. You know, slow down any counterattack, stop the ball. That's exactly what he did.
And Zacco in the corner.
It's a great play by Capen because you can't be offsides on a throw-in. So by kind of doing that fake run, it really puts him in a good opportunity to put a through ball in, and maybe there's a shot on goal. It's going to be a goal kick. Alex Ruiz, senior captain, coming in for the Crusaders.
That was Sergio Hernandez with the shot on goal. KMC's 6th of the night.
Elias Perez coming out for the Crusaders.
And the big back-to-back hits are headers from KMC. Triana fielding it, trying to find an open teammate, and that one slapped away by McKee. And
Railers
Mercado
getting through. Can they finish their opportunity? That's a negative.
Lacey eventually sending that one out of bounds. So that will be a Railer throw-in as this clock continues to tick down. 6:40 left in the half. KMC still leading 1-0. They haven't seemed to lose that momentum at all either.
Tucker Gray saving that one from going across the face of goal, kicking out for a Railer corner. Looks like they're setting up to go short, but they're really going to go long
What makes you say that?
because they put a player so close to the kick that looks like they're going to go short, but they really go long.
And
they're-
Newton unsuccessful in their goal attempt. And Ryder, a heave downfield, and Lacey trying to get a hold of that one. Gray dribbling it and sent downfield to
It's
Skogdamillo.
Beautiful flick by number 77 on Capon.
And Perelman hitting the turf. No call by the official. Ruiz coming in hot. And KMC continues to put the pressure on this Railer defense.
Going to go out for a goal kick for the Railers. We got about 5 minutes left in the half.
And Wall with the boot out of his own goal. Ruiz getting ahead on that one. And that one intended for Perelman. Skogdamillo dribbling it as, wow, hit hard.
He's going to call it outside of the box, though, for Capon. Capon kick. Here looks like you should take a nice curled shot over the wall to the left post, but we'll see what he does. This is Roman Skogdamillo taking this one.
And Skogdamillo easily getting back up from that hit. Who knew soccer was as physical as it is tonight? Too much curve on that one.
A great shot, but whenever you're shooting with your right foot from the left side of the field, you kind of get a lot of curve, and with the wind kind of blowing the other way, it really took the ball far from where he was aiming.
And we apologize for any technical difficulties that we are facing. It's a bit windy here, so camera is experiencing some trouble. Zacco with the deep boot, recovered by Wall. He's trying to set up an offensive possession before the end of the half. KMC, that goal coming early, and we haven't seen much pressure from either team quite like those early minutes. And Schaefer to Zacco. Zacco, 3 teammates open. Instead, that one is sent the other way. Triana versus Schaefer. And poked out of bounds. Schaefer will get the throw-in. And Skogdamillo, back to him.
Be a
over.
through ball to Trey Lacey. We're about halfway down the field. But as he's trying to find a winger, he kind of just gives it away to a Railer midfielder. Now we'll see if they can keep possession. Really want to get as wide as they can. Trying to switch the field.
And Triana to Galvin.
One of the longer possession strand passes that the Railers have had. They really need to try to find the line pass straight down to the corner. They might get an opportunity here in the box. He's going to be onside.
And Ryder, the excellent stop. 1:45 left in the half.
Too big of a touch by Trey Lacey, unfortunately. The Railers will gain possession again. Dangerous ball sent by Cape in defense. It'll be an opportunity for Cape and Mount Carmel in the 18.
Prillerman,
With a
his
shot. Gonna
to
go
the right.
for a goal kick.
And Wall will send this one the other way as we approach just under a minute left in the half.
Beautiful ball to the midfield by the Railers. Through 1-on-1-2. A little mishit pass.
And Scott DeMello to Ruiz. Ruiz.
It's going to be a counterattack.
Prillerman has space, and that one is thwarted once again by the Railers. Gray, shot on goal is no good. A deep one from the junior.
They really need to get the ball upfield for the last 10 seconds to get it out of their half.
And time winding down in the half. Nothing will come from that offensive possession for the Railers. This one 1-0. KMC leads after 40 minutes of play. And we will see you after the break.
ball at the center of the field, please.
And we're back. Second half, 40 minutes to go in the game. 1-0, Capon leads. Railers kick off with the win this time. We'll see if they can get an early goal like Capon did last half. A lot of pressure on the Crusaders because they have lost the wind. Two v4, Capon through. He's going to be offside. Railers indirect kick at the 15.
And Wall will send it the other way for the Railers.
I can assure you folks watching at home that the wind has not died down. I can hear it more profoundly, actually.
And it should be 30 plus miles per hour right now. That's very difficult to play against. And Ryder's sending it the other way. Finding his man downfield. Prilliman tapping that one out.
Seems like we're playing on a very narrow field today at the Newton home field. If we had been at the Capon field, it would be too big, actually.
And Ryder once again with the save.
It was a great hold by the Capon keeper. He's going to get him up. He's going to try to punt into the wind. We'll see how it works for him. No effect.
Very strong boot from the junior.
Capon 7 is not seen on that kick. Ball's out of bounds. Capon throw.
Tucker Gray for the throw-in. And off the head of Job Ince. And Lacey will quickly get that one out.
Capon's still trying to speed the game up. Still really trying to get a fallback goal just in case the ref touched it again.
And hearing some heckles from the crowd after that miscue from the ref. Newton being aggressive, getting it down the... And Ryder with the save.
It's a beautiful opportunity, a great run, perfect timing. It's their second one today. Could watch it all day.
And Lacey. No
A miss
effect
touch.
fielding that one. Kraft to Ruiz. Ruiz making a move.
Little step over turn. Kept the ball. No turn, though.
Gray across the field.
It's a very dangerous ball. If the Railers had gotten a touch on it, they really could have had a dangerous opportunity with the wind.
Trying for the throw-in. And an excellent boot from KMC. That one coming from John Maggard.
It's a great ball win by Spencer Zacco with his studs. Can they keep it for an opportunity? There's a good fake by Tucker Gray to get them past the next line of defense. They're going to keep going down the field. The goal is to get it to the corner.
And Wall coming away with an excellent save on his knees.
Yeah, had he not touched that, it probably would have resulted in a goal for Capon. So that's a really good play by the Railer keeper.
And the wind able to take Wall's boot, and Gray will get the throw-in. That one taking a different direction, but Ruiz able to find it. And the slide tackle from Schaefer. Ince on the sideline.
He's going to keep it in. Can he find a corner or a cross? One of the two would be useful. He cannot. Capon hopefully with a counterattack. Can Zacco keep it in? He can, but he gets fouled. It's going to be the second foul on Spencer Zacco, going to result in a yellow card to the Railer outside back, resulting in a substitution. Number 26, Colin Gator, coming in for number 30, who was issued the yellow card. Cape in free kick. We'll see if they can get it into the box for an opportunity at goal.
And Schaefer for the kick.
One of the only lefties for Cape and Mount Carmel. It's a great advantage to have a left-footed player playing for your team. His ball seems to curl into the goal instead of away from.
And Schaefer's boot off the mark, eventually falling out of bounds. KMC will get the throw in. And Lacey DeGray back to the captain, Lacey, making a move on the defenders, eventually out.
Taking a touch a little far away from him, resulting in him losing the ball.
And Ebert making a move on Gray. The two hit the turf hard. What's the call?
It's going to be a yellow card on Tucker Gray, number 14, for talking back to the ref.
And Heidi, what exactly is the extent of that penalty?
From the ref's standpoint, he thought that Tucker stepped in front of the player without gaining possession first. From our point of view, I kind of saw the opposite, almost the Railers defender pulling on Tucker. A really tough call, close call.
And Garcia Torres will get the free kick for the Railers.
They got a chance at putting the ball up the field more with the wind this half. As long as you get the ball in the air, it'll kind of stay there and linger for a couple seconds.
Garcia Torres with the deep boot. And Newton will try to set up a possession.
That was a poor idea by Cape and Mount Carmel defense. Really should have just let that one go out off of the Railers for a goal kick. Instead, tries to head it out away from the goal. It's going to be Railer corner. Right-footed player on the dominant side. Should be a really good opportunity because of the wind. It truly will affect the defense.
And Ryder coming with back-to-back stops, sending that one up to midfield. And Prillman getting a foot on it and fighting with the defender.
Trying to get a half moon. Almost got there until the other defender. Had there not been a backup defender, he would have had it. It was the right idea. It was a great idea for a counterattack by Capon. Just didn't work out.
And Ryder, the deep kick. Ince and Ruiz fighting for it.
Railers really need to switch the field. That's the goal, to look or go down the line for an opportunity. But the Capon defense seems to stop them nearly every time on the right side. It's truly their weak spot, the Railers' weak spot on the right side. Every time they go down the left, they seem to get a good opportunity. That was a strong shot from the 40-yard line by the Railers. the wind really helped keep its pace and its power, made a difficult save for Easton. Without the wind, he probably could have held, but with the wind, it just makes it too risky to try to hold the ball, and so he decided to punch it.
And that will be a goal kick for Easton Ryder.
Capen's sub, Tucker Gray, coming in
for Franklin Wynn.
Now we're going into the wind with a goal kick. High probability if they put it in the air like they're setting up to do, it'll get caught in the wind if it's mishit.
Ebert setting up the offensive possession for the Railers. Ince, plenty of Crusaders around as Easton Ryder comes away with the easy save.
It was a great opportunity by the Railers. Number 23, Cole, kind of setting that up for them with an attacking mindset, kind of going straight at the Cape defense. It seemed to work for them. It'll be Cape in counterattack. Can they finish it? Railers defense doing a good job at slowing the game down, allowing more defenders to fill back for them. Now they're more even out number-wise. Capen had numbers, but the Railers defense did a great job, and it'll result in a goal kick.
And we've seen Abram Wall deliver some deep boots. This one no different. Past midfield, and that will force Ryder to come out of goal. And a sky kick. Lacey off his foot.
Little far to keep it, but he does the work to win it back, and that's all you really need. He's going to give it to Spencer with a beautiful touch and turn to Alex.
Ruiz.
Can they finish the opportunity?
Ruiz, an excellent shot on goal. No good. Abram Wall showing off his goalkeeper skills.
The number one save of the night so far. Very difficult to come out like that and stop the ball. It was beautifully done.
Ruiz off to Scogdamillo to the left, in the left corner. And
it's going to be a penalty kick for the Cape Crusaders, a handball called on the Railer defense. Goalkeeper trying to argue against the call. It's going to be number 25, Spencer Zacco, taking the kick. Right now he's kicking into the wind, which is good news for the Railers, bad news for the Crusaders. However, a penalty kick, you're given a big advantage being so close to the goal.
And these two players, lanky, and it will place the advantage of Wall in goal. Good. Spencer Zacco giving KMC the life they need with the goal. 2-0 KMC. 29-22 left in the game.
So in soccer, the most dangerous score is 2-0. Do you know why?
I have no idea. Why is it?
Because when you're winning 2-0, you seem to think that you have the game in your hands, and you seem to get like, oh, we're gonna win, we're gonna have it in, and so you start to let back. So we'll see if the Crusaders can keep the pedal to the metal, try to get a third goal. But once that third goal happens, it really sets them up mentally, because the other team, the losing team, will start losing their drive to win because the finish will be so far.
And that kind of just plays in the psychological aspect of soccer. And I think looking at it, I'm curious to ask, what do you think? What part of soccer is mental? What part is physical? What would you say?
I would say that there's a lot of both aspects, and if you're good technically, good physically, that means that when it becomes mental challenging, more stressful in the game, you're losing, the other team's older than you. If you're good physically, then you're automatically good mentally because a good tactical and physical player can play in those tough situations.
And the shot on goal, just right. That one coming from number 30, Garcia Torres. His first shot on goal of the night. And Easton Ryder will send that one out of KMC territory. Zacco getting a hand on it there. And Wall.
Railers trying to keep possession, trying to utilize their keeper as much as they can, because really what they need is to keep possession, kind of get a little bit more confidence on the ball. Going to be a foul for Cape and Crusaders. We'll see if they go short to keep the ball. Seems as though they're going to set it up to put it in the box. The ref telling Will Fulgham no more. Seems like he's been getting a lot of pushback on some of his calls.
And Scogdomillo dancing around the defense, showing off his precision. That one eventually tipped away by Ince.
Yes.
And sent out of bounds.
Sometimes you try to take players on one-on-one, and sometimes you get a little carried away. There he kind of beat one and then two players. After about one or two players, you really need to look to get rid of the ball so you can get it back later, and he couldn't find a way to get rid of it. And by the third player, he kind of got taken out of the game.
And the header, an attempt by Ince, eventually out of bounds once again. Fun fact for you, Heidi. In 7th grade, I actually ran cross country with Job Ince.
Yeah. Were you best friends?
I think so.
You think so?
It's been a long time,
It's been
but
a while. Spencer Zacco in. It's not going to work out for the Crusaders. Cape and foul on Roman Scognomillo. It's going to be Railers' kick just past the 50.
And Garcia Torres will get the free kick for Newton.
Same strong foot that hit the last shot. In a dangerous area right now in the box. Couldn't seem to clear it all the way. A little bit of a missed touch by Railers number 9, Victor Galvin. But foul on number 13, Rigo Torres. Cape and kick at the 50.
Tucker Gray with the free kick.
Putting it right at the 18 is a great spot to aim for, to get there. Just losing the last touch by the Crusaders. Wanted to put it further in towards the goal or on goal.
Scognomill on the left, double teamed, finding a man, Prilliman, his shot to the left.
Slightly wide. It was a great opportunity for a shot. It was well struck. as well. Just unfortunate that with your right foot it curls left.
And Heidi with under 25 minutes, left in the game. This starts to become the almost panic time for Newton. Down by 2. They're going to need some big scores coming up in the next 24 minutes.
That's right. Right now, the Crusaders aren't quite battling with them mentally, but it's definitely mental battle for the Railers.
And Skogdemil on the left sideline, moving through defenders, finding his footing.
Going to be offsides on the Cape and Crusaders. Indirect free kick for the Railers defense. Going to be taken by their senior goalkeeper.
And a deep boot from Wall sends that
right
all
out
the
of
way.
bounds.
Yeah,
Right
all
out.
the way to Cape and territory and out of bounds, like you were saying.
Cape and substitution. Looks like we're going to be changing our final 3 up.
And we apologize for the obscured angle on our camera.
Number 18 coming in for the Crusaders, Max Maldonado. Pardon me.
And Garcia Torres once again with the free kick.
Foul on number 25, Spencer Zacco. That's the 3rd of the night. Pretty shortly we'll see a card if he keeps on fouling. The crowd is beckoning for it.
And that one would have been a field goal.
That's true.
He definitely has that leg power. Put him in at kicker for the Railers. And Ryder, a deep boot sent out of bounds by Ebert.
Here's a fun fact for you, Andrew. The Capen head coach, Anthony Cantelli, played kicker for Kansas State, and he went to play for the Chiefs.
A little KMC lore right there.
Trey Lacey offsides on that one. It was a right idea by Capen, but he just slightly a couple feet past the defense when the ball was kicked, and it's going to be a Railer indirect kick at the 30. Never mind, I misspoke. There was a foul before the offside, so it's going to be Crusader free kick at the 45.
Marshall McKee with the free kick, sending that one into the hands of Abram Wall right there. Almost like a fair catch. Ince battling with Maldonado. And KMC keeping it out of their territory. Garcia Torres off his foot. Zacco putting the pressure on.
It was a good challenge by Roman. Didn't really let the Railers midfielder get a chance at touching the ball. It's a Railer opportunity right here down the left side with a cross. It's beautiful.
And Heidi, with each of those offensive possessions that the Railers put together, you can really see the hustle that they're playing with. It's almost like this is do or die for them, and it surely is. Down by 2, under 20 seconds. Definitely going to need to get some points on the board.
You can really tell how much they're trying. That's something you can't really coach, is effort, and it's great to see a team with that. The only piece they're missing is a slight tactical touch in the final third of the field. Capen seems to have the tactical touch. Alex Ruiz with that slight miss shot left about 5 yards. Be Capen substitution.
And Wall will once again get the opportunity to boot that ball away.
Sergio Hernandez coming in for the Cape in midfield. It'll be a counterattack by Cape Mount Carmel. Spencer Zacco in the box. It's going to be a goal by Spencer Zacco.
And Zacco, his second goal of the night, doing exactly what he needed for KMC. Up 3 now. And he is definitely putting the pressure on now, if it wasn't apparent earlier.
It was a great touch. Very excellent. As we get into the higher scoring game, 3-0, even higher, it really becomes a challenge, and very rare that a team can come back from such a score, but we haven't seen a complete lack of opportunities for the Railers. We've seen a couple chances in both halves, I would say a handful in each. They're just missing the last piece of putting the ball on the net.
And Mercado, we have not seen much of him this half.
It's a beautiful chip by Railers number 10, Enrique Mercado. And a great attempt to score, to put the ball on frame. It's going to be a save by John Maggard, Cape Mount Carmel outside back. And it's going to go out for a corner.
And like you've been saying, Heidi, this Newton team, they have a lot of the elements that a good team possesses. They're just lacking that final touch towards the goal. And that can be seen as they're scoreless tonight. This KMC team, excellent job on defense. Maybe that's just the difference between these two teams. And Zacco fighting for the ball. KMC not giving up on defense, forcing the Railers with every kick.
Will Fulgham cutting the ball off there. Had he not done that, it probably would have been a great opportunity for the Railers. Referee kind of getting in the way of the Railers defense there. It's his third time tonight. Tucker Gray touch inside. Will he get a shot? He will. Keeper save. Good hold. Keeper yelling at the team to get up. Something you'd love to see in a keeper is great communication, and tonight we've seen a lot of that from the Railers keeper.
And whistle is called. And Mercado will get the free kick. And you like to see them try to attempt a shot on goal here. And exactly as we just said, Mercado, the deep shot. That one coming from the 35-yard line on the football field. Wow. And Newton getting their first score of the night, 3-1. KMC still in the driver's seat.
Right there, you can really see how the wind can affect the game. I mean, without the wind, Easton, the Cape and goalie, might have gotten a hand on it, a touch, a hold, but with the wind and such a beautiful strike into the air, it kind of caught it and brought it down to a really difficult spot to save. Kind of caught the keeper off the line. So now we're back at 3-1, which, in my opinion, is basically 2-0. So we're back at such a difficult and hard mental score for the Railers and the Crusaders now. Going for the same shot again, the Railers are. They seem to find the wind and how it can help them. I think they're going to start taking more shots from distance now that they know that they can get it there and that it can score. Now that they've scored, it's put a lot of pressure on the Cape and Mount Carmel defense and the team as a whole, because they kind of thought that they had it, and that one goal can really set them off.
And whistle blown. That one in favor of the Railers. Mercado will attempt the deep shot once again. Shot on goal. And not enough time to get a teammate down there to attempt the shot.
It's going to be Capon goal kick and Capon sub. Alex Ruiz coming in to the midfield, playing a vital role for Cape Mount Carmel, number 8. It's the role that plays from box to box. Does the most running, supposedly supposed to have the best touch on the team. That's where he's at tonight.
Ryder with the boot.
It's a great touch by the Railers. Can they keep it? They can't find their forwards very easily. It's going to go out for Capon throw. Tucker Gray.
And
A
Tucker
good touch.
Gray with the shot downfield. Wall will reset for Newton. Trying to set up another offensive possession and replicate that shot on goal.
As the game has gone on, we kind of have started to see a lot of what we call boot ball in soccer, where, you know, you got a lot of wind on one team, so they're trying to boot the ball, get it up. You know, every time the Railers kind of get the ball, kind of get an opportunity, a free kick, a foul, anything that they can to get the ball up, they do, which leaves the Crusaders to do the same because they don't want the Railers to be in their box. They don't want the Railers to be in their defense at all. So their only option is to kick the ball out and up. So the game is very back and forth. It's really hard on the players because they got to run the entire time.
And Ebert shot on goal. That
It is
one
good.
through the uprights. Like you
good.
said, it is good for the field goal. And Ryder will attempt to send this one the other way. Mercado getting a header on that one. And wow, another strong attempt. That one coming from Garcia Torres. And that one nearly made this a one-score game. And Ryder's boot is out of bounds, going the other way for Newton. And Rigo Torres will get the throw-in off the foot of Mercado, making a move on Lacey, and eventually out of bounds once again.
Yeah, Cape in midfield adding some great pressure right when the Railers seem to get the ball. They kind of already have someone on their back, and it's really taking a toll on their first touch. It's getting them off balance. It's really difficult, and it's helping the Cape and Crusaders.
And Schaefer with the throw-in.
The ref is getting yelled at for letting the clock run as the Crusaders won't throw the ball in.
And you really feel the urgency in this game at the moment between these two teams.
A yellow card on Alex Ruiz Sr. for kind of going in too hard, being careless and reckless.
And Heidi, we've really seen Ruiz step up to the challenge tonight. He's been all over the field and making plays when needed.
We'll see if the Railers get the same opportunity that they've been getting every time they get a foul here. Kind of just getting it into the box, into the 18, into the 12, some dangerous area that they can get one more touch. All they need is the last touch.
Mercado, the deep kick. Wow. Ryder got a hand on that one. And
It's going to be a Capon foul coming out. Foul on the goalie. The AR seemed to think that Easton, the keeper, had the ball in his hands and was hit and then dropped the ball.
And the ball did find the back of the goal, but like you said, yeah, not counting. And fans here at Fisher Field not enjoying that one.
It was a good call. It was a really hard call for the center to make because he didn't see it and he's just going off what the AR saw. But he ended up making the same decision as the AR.
And Newton will get the throw in. Mercado off his chest. Stop and go on Lacey and hit out by McKee. KMC going toe-to-toe on defense with Newton.
Just under 10 minutes left in the game. If the Railers keep it up like this with their opportunities that they've been getting from the Capon fouls, they really have a chance. I think they do. It just takes 2 more goals, and they'll get some more time.
KMC throwing off the foot of Zacco, playing a physical game. And Ebert handling the ball, sends that one downfield, and KMC will return the favor.
It was a good touch by Spencer, and after taking a touch, kind of cutting the defender off with his body, it's a great use of what he has. You always got to use what you have. You know, some players like myself are very low in stature, and we kind of have to use our shortness to kind of shove a little bit more, whereas players like Spencer kind of need to use their body to get between the players, and he does it well. Referee getting yelled at for not stopping the clock.
Will Fulgham with the throw-in, an attempt to score for KMC.
If you remember, that's how Capon got their goal early in the first half, but they haven't been able to find it again. They'll have another opportunity.
Fulgham, and not able to find anybody. Zacco still fielding the ball. Shot on goal, no good. A railer got in the way.
Capon wanting to argue that there was a handball.
And a 2-on-1 situation. Ince. And that one hit our press box up here.
It was a poor clearance by Malachi Schaefer. It really set the Railers offense up for success. It's going to be Capon foul coming out. You know, if you're going to foul anywhere in the field, you're going to want to foul right there where they did, right in the corner. It doesn't give Capon much of an opportunity. They're kind of in a dangerous area. So they can win the ball back pretty quickly.
Triana handling it, avoiding the pressure from KMC.
It's a good lob pass. It'll go out of bounds for Capon goal kick and substitution. Coming out is Capon 17 Marshall McKee. And number 18 Max Maldonado.
Ooh, and Ryder slipping on the kick, and a shot on goal proves ineffective.
Easton's going to go to run the clock to, use the time to his advantage and hold the ball at his feet before picking it up. It's a great IQ play by Capon.
And Ryder using up as much time as possible, sending that one to Ruiz near midfield. And Maggard will send that one the other way. Fulgham handling the ball. Excuse me, that's Scott Camillo. And
it's
over the head.
Beautiful pass. Trey Lacey can't seem to get on the end of it. If only there had been some prior communication, maybe he would have been more prepared to make that run. Spencer taking a positive touch towards the goal. Keeper save. It's beautifully done.
And
by
Wall.
Seth Esau.
Excellent
By Abram
job
Wall.
putting a hand on that one.
It's going to be Capon corner. Right here, it'd be dominant to take it with your left foot. We'll see what number 17, number 17, Marshall McKee does for the Crusaders. He's going to take it with his right foot. He'll curve away from the goal. Slightly deep. But the Crusaders will keep possession. If they can get a shot on goal, it could be very dangerous. It's a good deflection by the Railers defense to help the keeper in getting some hands on it. Misjudgment right there by Will Fulgham. Kind of just overrunning the ball. Going a little bit too quick. It didn't quite hurt them too bad.
KMC with the stop. That one coming in the form of Gray. And they will set up an offensive possession. Ruiz showing off his footwork with the
Maradona.
spin.
This is a beautiful Maradona. Not many players can do it at pace, at the game's pace. Here's Will Fulgham trying to get a foul coming out, and he gets it. It's well played.
And under 3:45 left in the game. Newton wishing to hurry this one up.
That'll be Alex Triana's second foul on Will Fulgham. Will looking for a yellow card on him. Not going to get it. We'll see if Capon can keep the lead for a little bit longer is all they need. They may counter right now.
And Lacey continuing to handle the ball, giving that one off to Zacco. And Zacco on the right corner, eventually deflected by Rigo Torres.
Capon corner again. He's going to be taking this with his right foot. We'll see if he can put it in a dangerous area. Just under 3 minutes left. If they can more solidify their game with another goal, that'd be very useful for Capon. It was a beautiful attempt at a goal with a header by Trey Lacey, a senior.
And a whistle.
It's going to be a re-kick because the ball was still rolling when the keeper kicked it, giving them an advantage when they kick it. They already have an advantage with the wind. There's not much to argue about. But if you want to argue, you can.
And wow, some contact at the end of that play. Will Fulgham and that looked to be Job Ince collided. This game beginning to become physical.
Very aggressive. You know, just under 2 minutes could be a very dangerous game for both teams as the tensions rise and both teams become enraged and more stressed about the score.
And KMC retaining possession and getting that one out of their zone. And Ruiz going down the left sideline and tripped.
It's going to be a yellow card to number 9, Victor Galvin on the Railers team. Both teams seem to be fouling a lot more this half. They seem to be not wanting each other to get an opportunity at goal with their feet. They'd rather have cape and shoot into the wind than have the ball at their feet.
And 1:21 left in the game. Heidi, is that enough time to score 2 goals?
I guess we'll find out. It'd be a pretty amazing story.
And Maggard boots that one out of bounds. That will be Newton.
It's exactly what
possession.
you want to see for a defender.
Zacco feeling it off his chest, delivering the pass to Ruiz. Just under a minute now.
Can Capon get another goal? Keeper's going to come out. Very smart move. It'll be a goal kick. Their goal right now is just to get the ball out of their defense, up the field, and hope for a Hail Mary.
Do or die now for Newton. And Ince moving upfield is showing off his skills and trying to do it all alone. And that one intended for Garcia Torres. Shot on goal blocked by Ryder. Coming win, they needed it most.
It was a beautiful save by Easton. Came out, slid on the ball, really making it difficult for the offense to score.
And with time running down, KMC gets the victory 3-1 here at Fisher Field. KMC moving on in the 5A Regional West playoffs as they will face the winner of the Salina South and Emporia game. That one likely to be South coming into that 14-2 and Emporia 6-9. So Newton suffering a heartbreaking loss at home, and KMC moving on in the 5A playoffs. Signing off, I'm Andrew Guyer.
And I'm Heidi Bartle. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll see you again.
Thank you.
You got to enjoy watching them play. And for all you Newton fans and teammates, there is a pizza party back behind the stadium at the Brand Bell for the Newton fans only.